Hello everybody and welcome back to Kat's Corner. I am Kat and this is my corner of YouTube. Today I am going to be giving a review of a palette that I have just recently seen in stores. I mean, actually one store and online, and that is the Stila Happy Hour eyeshadow palette. It is limited edition. You can only find it at Ulta and on the Stila website for $52. It has 12 shades. It comes in this component, so a very classic looking Stila palette. The packaging comes like this. And right now I have my computer in front of me because I am going to be giving you guys a little bit of information about the palette, and then we're gonna create a look with it. So it says limited edition. These pro artist curated neutral hues and pop pastels are definitely meant to mix and mingle. All 12 shades are specifically formulated with micro-ionizing silicone treated pigments for superior blending and ultra rich uniform color and dimension. And it has 4.5 stars on the Stila website. The reviews, it literally goes 5 stars, 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars. Hey everybody, okay, so Catherine from the future. I was going to show you guys all of the reviews that were on the website, but it took way too long. There were some really long reviews. Basically, the gist of it was some people loved it. One person even wanted to buy a second one, and the other 2 people said that the mattes were crap and there was a lot of fallout and it wasn't worth the price, even though the first 1 or 2 said that there was no fallout whatsoever. So that was the gist of the reviews. Alright, here are the swatches for the palette, going from the top row to the bottom. You can definitely see the huge contrast between the glitters, shimmers, and non-existent mattes. Alrighty, we have seen swatches, we have read reviews, we have our mirror, and I am going to do the eye look now. To be fair, for the sake of the review, I am going to use all my regular products that I would normally use. And so we are going to start out using the NYX Proof It eyeshadow primer. Alright, so I am gonna do one full eye. That way, if the lighting does look bad, I can just redo it. So, as it said in the reviews, the mattes are not good apparently. So, but I'm gonna start out with, let's see. All right, so I start out by taking Del Query on a Grinch brush from Pure, and I sweep it into my crease. Here I'm showing you that there is very little fallout on the palette. Then I sweep it into my crease and over my lid. And there definitely is pigment. I can see that my skin color is being canceled out, which is a very nice thing. Here I am sweeping more in. There you can see the difference between my 2 eyes. I can definitely see the difference. It did need some building up, however, and now I zoomed you in so that you can see a little bit better as we continue into the eye look. Next, I decide to take another brush from Pure. Oh, no, wait, that's the same brush from Pure in the Grinch collection, and I go in with Neat and sweep it into my crease yet again. This is to add more definition. And as you can see, there wasn't really any color. There was some green on my brush, however, so I decided to take a number 5 brush from BH Cosmetics in the Aurora Lights collection. And there you can see that there's pigment on my brush, but as I put it onto my eye, you can see that it basically is not there. I keep tapping in and going in, and yeah, I'm trying to notice pigment, but really, like, it's just a nasty gray color, and yeah, it's not good. It is not there. So then I went in with Old Fashioned, and I wanted to put it in the exact same place to really darken that crease. Old Fashioned, however, did have more fallout than the other ones, and look at that. Still not a lot of pigment. Are we surprised? At this point, not really. I go in with it a little bit more just to add more definition. But at the end of the day, it is still not as pigmented as I hoped it would be, especially because that was the base. So I'm just layering it up right now, trying to see the difference. You can definitely tell I'm wearing eyeshadow, but not a ton. So then I determine I don't want to put Black Book on my eyes, but I definitely want my crease defined. So then I go in with On the Rocks, which is a silvery shimmer shade, and I go in with a Morphe brush that does not have a number on it and sweep it into my crease, and automatically you can see color and shine. It is a little bit subtle, especially because of what's in the background, but it is gorgeous on my eyes. I'm just sweeping it on there. So far, there was no fallout on my face, though there was a little bit in the palette, but that is kind of to be expected. Then I decided I was going to go in with Highball, which, according to all the reviews, had no pigment, was very disappointing. But I definitely wanted to try it out because it looked beautiful. So then I took a Morphe M305, I believe, brush, which is a round bullet crease brush. There's pigment, and I go to put it lower in my crease and am immediately caught by the pigment, like, whoa, 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 look at that shimmer. She is there, she is present. I don't know what they were talking about, because it is definitely on my eye. I decide that this looks like a really good inner corner color, so I try packing it into my eye with a crease brush. Obviously, not the best of choices. So then I switch to a different brush, I believe by Morphe, to really brighten up that inner corner. And wow, look at that. At this point, I have not taken any kind of spray to my brush because I wanted to see how it performed without it. And so far, I was very impressed. But then I decided that I was going to take my e.l.f. Mist and Set setting spray and add it to my brush to see how different the pigment was going to be. Let me tell you, there was a difference. Like, whoo, right away you can see it. She is shining. She is beautiful. I was definitely very impressed. I could tell from then on I was going to be using that. This eye I did not use glitter glue with because I wanted to see what it would be like without it. Again, we still don't have a lot of fallout on my face, but we're going to move on to my next color. I decided that I was going to take Tiki Bar and put it onto the middle portion of my lid. I was just going to build outwards. Normally I don't do that with my eye looks. However, this time I decided to shake it up. You can see it on my brush, and boom, there it goes onto my eye. You can see the shine, but not as much color right away because I have not sprayed the brush yet. So I go in for another shot, and woohoo, there we go. Setting spray, and look at that. Oh my gosh, I am blinded. I hope you are too. It is stunning. The color is amazing, and my lids are now officially sparkly and glittery and shiny. You should all be jealous because I am jealous at my eyeballs already. However, we have now created a little fallout on my cheeks, and by a little I mean, yeah, there was fallout on my cheeks. But I was going to experiment with my other eye to see how it would work with glitter glue, so you will see that in a little bit. But I am very impressed. So then I wanted to build out my outer corner, so I decided to take the rounded crease brush again, and take Sangria, which is that beautiful purple glitter shade. And actually, no, I didn't take the bullet crease brush yet. I decided to take just a flat shader brush and pack it into my corner. At this point, I knew I had to spray it for pigment, but okay, wrong brush. Yes, oops, my bad. You can see that that is clearly not the right brush. I don't know why I thought it would be the right brush. The pigment is beautiful, however, I'm not using the right brush. So there not only was a rain of glitter down upon my face, but it just wasn't good. So then I go in with my bullet crease brush by Morphe. I spritz it again, and wow, look at that. Isn't it weird how when you use an actual brush that's actually made for eyeshadow, your eyes actually turn out better than it was before? I know, what a concept. I am shocked as well. Clearly, it is still a little bit messy, but I can always clean that up. I definitely noticed that the purple was overpowering a little bit of the eye, so I decided to take an even smaller bullet crease brush by Morphe and then take Cosmo, a magenta color, onto it. And oh no, tragedy has struck. I dug my nail into the palette. Don't worry, I got it. Alrighty, I am back and my other eye is done. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of a difference when using glitter glue. I used the NYX glitter primer. It says Base Perfectis Brilliance. Oh, that literally just means glitter primer. Okay, I'm clearly tired. Anywho, I did put this on, and can you tell a difference? Cause I can. The pigmentation is unreal. Like, unreal. And I actually, oh my gosh, my palette is dirty with all this use. So I'm gonna kind of run down the shadow use. The only thing I didn't do is I did not add this color. I did not add Neat this time around, and just used Del Query and Old Fashioned, and it actually made Old Fashioned look a whole lot better. Did it show up really great? Can you tell now? Not at all, not even in the slightest. However, it did turn out better, so there is that. I also built it from the outside in this time just to see if that would make a difference, and clearly it did. So I am definitely like very happy with this side of my face. I am going to do my face off camera so that I can then come back, do my under eyes, and run down kinda what I did. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do my under eyes off camera, and then I'll come back with my lashes, my everything on, and then we'll run down what I think about the Stila Happy Hour limited edition eyeshadow palette. Alrighty, I am back, and what do we think? What do we think? Now, I did touch up this eye so that I can put some pictures up on Instagram, and I didn't want my face to be uneven, but I think the eye look turned out amazing. Also, in the sake of using as many colors as possible, on my under eyes I used Sapphire Sizzle on the outer portion, and then I went in with the Tiki Bar and On the Rocks going inwards. So in this palette that I keep dropping, in the lovely Stila Happy Hour palette, I have used every single color except Gold Bar, Top Shelf, and Black Book. Yeah, so I have done 3/4 of this palette, and let's break it down. Let's see what I think. Also, on my lips, I have layered the Ursula color from ColourPop, and then on top of it I used the Amethyst Vibes NYX glitter goals on top of it, because I wanted to see if the lipstick would be more comfortable over top an actual lipstick, because as I said in my review, just wearing it straight is just not very comfortable, and I'm not sure how, like, what I think, but I don't know, it adds a fun glitter element to my lips as well. So let's talk about the palette. Starting out, I think that $52 is a little expensive, but you're paying for the brand, you're also paying for quality and you're paying for packaging. And this packaging is legit. It is nice and heavy, it is solid, it's got a magnetic closure to it, it has a very large mirror inside, and the pan size is really nice. Packaging is very nice, mirror is very nice, so I think packaging wise, definitely cat approved. Let's go shadow section by shadow section at a time. So if we look at the matte shades in the palette, neat is just, no, it's not a thing. It barely shows up. I think the color is gross, and it's, no. Delquerie is by far my favorite. I think it did an excellent job performance-wise, and at least for me, and my basically translucent skin, it did show up. Old Fashioned is kind of eh. It's like, it's not a $52 eyeshadow, I can tell you that, but it's okay. I mean, it shows up, it's definitely buildable, but it's not like, if I'm looking for like a taupey shadow, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, the Stila palette. No, like that's not a thing. Swatch wise, Black Book did not show up great. I think it is hard getting a good deep gray slash blackish color. I think it's hard to get a good pigment, but for $52, yeah, you should be able to. Next, I want to talk about the shimmers, which would be Gold Bar, On the Rocks, and Highball. Yeah, Highball. Oh, and I think, yeah, okay. So, the ones that I definitely think are shimmer are Highball, On the Rocks, and Gold Bar. I don't really know what Top Shelf is exactly. Let's see. Oh, we got a glitter going on. That is definitely a glitter. But out of the two that I have tried, I'm very happy with them. You can see that I have basically both of my inner corners have the shimmer on it, and I think it's looking good. I'm sorry about this inner corner, like literally my eyes are watering and I do not know why, so I'm like, let's try and put more pigment on there so it's like coming off a little bit, but it's okay. It's literally 1 o'clock in the morning. I think it was really pigmented. High Beam especially. Very pigmented right off the bat. I think you can use it without glitter glue. And you could use it without a spray. However, it shows up way better with a setting spray or some kind of spray on the brush. I mean, like, I'm using the e.l.f. spray, so like clearly you don't need an expensive one. Yeah, so shimmer wise, very impressed. The swatch of Gold Bar turned out really good, I think. Yeah, alright, going into the glitters, which would be Tiki something? Tiki Bar, Cosmo, Sangria, and Sapphire Sizzle, along with Top Shelf. The swatch of Top Shelf was very good, it turned out very nice. and otherwise we used every single one of these. My favorite would have to be Sangria and Sapphire Sizzle. I mean, you can see how pigmented they are. It was like instant pigment. But honestly, like, so did Cosmo. I think the only one that I'm a little hesitant about would be Tiki Bar. It's just, I mean, it's gorgeous, and you can definitely see it on my eye. However, I don't know, it's not like I don't know. It, compared to On the Rocks, they're just very similar, I feel like, and I don't know, like, will I use it again? Oh, definitely. Like, I'm definitely gonna use it, but do I think they could have put a slightly more unique shade in? Yes, especially if it was just maybe like a little bit darker. So, overall impression, I think pretty much every shadow in the palette is gorgeous except for Neat, Black Book, and Old Fashioned. I think every other one is fantastic. I would highly recommend. I think that it's a little surprising having the mattes be the place where it's struggling, because sometimes I feel like sometimes it's your shimmers and glitters that are harder to use or harder to perfect, but in this case the shimmers and glitters are stunning and the mattes are just aside from Del Query. I like Del Query. The swatch didn't show up well, but that's because it's basically my skin color. Yeah, I think that for $52 you are definitely getting a palette that is worth your money. I think it'll last a long time. Does it have a lot of versatility? Not really, because again, the mattes aren't very good, so you really have to focus on the shimmers and the glitters. Now, for me, I'm willing to put glimmers and glitters and shimmer all over my face. However, for the average person, I don't know if you would be as interested in doing that. However, I think it is definitely worth investing your money if you want a good palette, especially if you want a palette that is, I don't know, like for partying or stuff like that. I need to, yeah, so I would say it is Cat Corner approved. I am very happy with my purchase. I think you guys should get it while it is available. I don't know how long it's going to be available. This is not sponsored by Stila, by the way. Stila does not know I exist. If they did, it would be amazing, because then I'd be able to buy their products more. But yeah, I'm very happy. If you are wondering what else is on my face, check out the description box. The one thing that I would like to note is that these lashes are phenomenal. They are the Dose of Colors Minnie Mouse lashes. They have a Disney collection out right now that I plan on buying all of, and I got the lashes. They are $15 and they are stunning. So other than that, I hope you guys liked this video. I haven't seen a lot of reviews out on this product, so maybe I'll be one of the first. Other than that, I hope you are having a fabulous morning, night, afternoon, day, or evening, wherever you may be, and I can't wait to see all my new subscribers, likers, and commenters on the next one. Bye!